Hello again. Sorry for the abrupt stop in the last little video. The phone was ringing and got lots to do. So now I'm going to show you how to actually set up a card specifically for your borrower. We made these templates, so I don't have to go in and type everything all over again. So what I do is I click on, okay, so we're going to do a refinance. So click on the refinance. And in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to say, create a card from template. Click on that. And then I go ahead and I put in the borrower's name. So last name, first name. So this one, we're going to do Scarecrow, and her name is Sophie. I'm going to click create a card. So it'll open it up, but I'm just going to X out of it to show you really quickly. So see, you still have your refinance template up here. You still have your purchase template, but now you actually have Sophie's card. So you can click on Sophie's card and you can add all the labels that you need. So the loan officer is Bob the Builder. We're doing an FHA loan. We're doing this as a refinance rate and term. We are going to pick Remen as the lender. It is a primary residence, single family residence. And I did not get a PIW. So now you can see right across here all the labels, and you'll start getting used to all the colors, so your eyes will start be attracted to that. Under the description, you click on edit, and then you just type in all the information. Bob the Builder, borrower's name, so Sophie, Scarecrow, you put their email address, their address. This address is going to be the address of the property you are working on. So if it's an investment property, you want to make sure this is not their primary, this is the subject property. So then we have the lender, type of loan, etc. You want to save it, and then you move on to the next one. So I received this loan in processing today. So I'm going to make this part of my checklist and just save that. So now my eye goes right to it because it's a little bit darker than all the rest. I received this in processing on 11/1. And when I received the file, I reviewed it, I registered it, I went through all the documents, I ran AUS, I got the DU approval. I sent an email to my borrower saying, introducing myself as the processor. I did send and disclose both broker and lender. And then I emailed the client anything that I'm missing from the file that the loan officer didn't send me with the initial loan submission. Again, feel free to change these. All you need to do is click on it, and then you can change it as desired. So now I have this. I went ahead and sent an email over to the borrower, getting all the information, giving them my name, and they send an email back by the end of the day. And they gave me all of the information that I need, especially the income. So what I want to do is I want to go in and check off all the documents that I received. So you see here, I still am missing these two. I don't need those for a submission. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide them down to the bottom. See, you can actually change these around as you're working. You can also hide the checked items. So if you would like it nice and clean, you know that these are the only two items that you need in order to move forward. I like to see my work being done, see everything that has happened. So I like to keep them there. So I have all the information now to submit the loan over to the lender. So I'm going to submit it to the lender. I'm going to order title because, again, I do that on all my new loan submissions. I'm going to go ahead and order the appraisal because they signed the intent to proceed last night and I didn't get the PIW. So because this loan is now submitted to the lender, I can go ahead and move this card over to my loan submitted with underwriting. This is going to stay here until the loan is either suspended or approved with conditions. So now we're going to fast forward 2 days, and this came back approved. So I go in here and I put approval date. I am going to then type in the conditions that the lender has asked for that is on top of any of these. Because again, you need to order a payoff and a binder for any refinance. Sometimes they ask for credit supplements, sometimes they don't. So on Sophie's loan here, I do not need a credit supplement. So what I just do is I delete it. I don't need a verification of employment because she's self-employed. We submitted tax returns. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these as well. You can see how easy it is. We do need a joint access letter. So we can put need from borrower, or I can just put joint access letter. And then I know that when I come in here, I can see a list of conditions. When the borrower sends in conditions, whether it's one by one, you can go ahead and check off what you received and put it to the top of the list. Again, you can hide the checked items if you'd like to. My submitted vital items is what I do to know that all the conditions have been sent over to the lender. So for example, we received the appraisal, everything came in, I received the payoff, and I want to go ahead and submit this loan for the final approval. I just go ahead and submit it, excuse me, add that date in. And I'm also going to go ahead and request the CD. So UWM, you get the CD once you request it, it goes out automatically the same day. So you can put on here 11/5 as well. However, most other lenders, you request it, it takes 1 or 2 days to go out. So I'm going to put this one out 2 days later. And then I put the date that the borrower signed it. I had to go over it with them. They had questions, so they didn't sign for 2 days. So there you go. And then the last thing I do is I put in here when the file was clear to close, just so I can go ahead and keep track of dates for my loan officers. And once the file is scheduled, I put the final closing date here. Again, I move this file throughout my process. So now this loan is clear to close. I've gone ahead and schedule it, and now it stays in this list here, the clear to close list, because I do my post closings monthly. So this will stay here in the clear to close box until I move it to post closing after I obtain all the closing packages, all the invoices, everything that is finalized with the lender. So I hope you understood everything that I went through, and this is how I proceed. I do ask the loan officers, do not move the card, let me move the card. And I also don't let them upload any attachments to this program. The reason is because I cannot confirm how safe this is. I do have other programs such as Citrix ShareFile that I use for secure uploads. This is not foolproof for me, so I ask that people do not go ahead and upload. So on the dates, you can customize this with the premium account. You can actually put dates in here. I'm not quite sure how to use those because I don't have the premier account. So we can X out of that. So now that's how to use Trello, or how to set up Trello in a nutshell. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my main board. I already have a broker already set up in here as finalized, just so you can see how I actually work. So I have Sophie Scarecrow in received and processing. I received it on 10/21, and I haven't received anything back from her. So that's why this is sitting in the received and processing folder. Another thing I want to show you is down here in the activity. This is where I keep notes on every file when I speak to somebody about the file. So like I called borrower on 10/2, went over conditions, or spoke to borrower on 10/2, went over my welcome email with them on the items that I need, or simple things like received an email from borrower, replied back. appraisal came in lower than expected or appraisal came in subject to. I make notes in there. Any little comments that I want to make on a file, I make sure I put little notes in there because I'm not sure if you're like me. You don't remember yesterday, let alone a year from now. If the broker gets audited and they say, hey, why did you do this? Or why did it take you so long to move the file forward? I can go right in here and look at my notes and say, okay, this is what happened. I had it documented, and just keep track of every little thing. Send an email to the loan officer that I'm still missing items. Could they please help me? I requested the binder for the second or the third time. Just little details like that. So as you can see here, I submitted Glenda the Good Witch, but I have not received the loan approval yet. And unfortunately, John Smith, sorry for him, his loan was suspended. So to get it out of suspense, I sent over the information that the lender was looking for, and it got approved. So I'm going to go in here and move it to the loan approved list. And then I go in here and I just add any of the items that the new loan conditional loan approval has on there. So this is pretty much everything I do in a nutshell. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly at gina@innovativeedgeprocessing.com, or you can message me through Facebook, put a post out there. I do have this all in writing if it's easier for you to follow the directions in writing. And I'm also going to go ahead and submit what I do to Trello to have a template made, so you guys don't actually have to go through this. And I'll let you know when that was actually approved and taken care of. I hope you guys got some good information from this. Again, this is how I do it. You don't have to do it this way. You want to tweak it to the way that's going to be best for you and your loan officer. Thanks, and have a great day.